So I just finished watching an anime called Say I Love You. Say, comma, I love you in quotations. Like, I want you to say this, or you should say this. It was really good. Like, really, really good. I remember watching a trailer for this when it was announced, because around the time this was announced was when I started joining sites like Anime News Network and whatnot, and started getting information ahead of time about when anime was coming out. And this one, I thought when I saw the trailer that the artwork looked a little weird, but it looked like a decent little story. However, unfortunately, right when I found out about this one was coming out, I started watching My Little Monster, Tonari no Kaibutsu-kun. And I decided pretty much to stick with that series because I thought it was goofy and whatnot. I've done a review on that already. Not going to talk about it in this one. This show was like that, only real. It was like as if the characters were more realistic, as if the story was more realistic, as if the settings and everything were more realistic. Everything about this show was like My Little Monster, only real. It all felt real, and that was really cool to see. The basic premise is that same kind of thing as similar. There are differences, but it's similar to My Little Monster. The main female, I can't remember her name right now. I can't remember her name right now. That's really bad. She's a really likable character, but I just started watching this series yesterday and finished today. It's a 13-episode series, which it didn't end as if it was ending, so I'm wondering if they're still planning to do more episodes or not. From what I've heard, it's been planned to be a 13-episode series, but who knows? It might be going for more if it's making good views and good money and whatnot. The main girl she's not so much a bookworm like in My Little Monster. She's just a loner. Throughout life, she's had friends that have always turned their backs on her and only used her for pretty much up until they had no more use for her. They would hang around with her, but she's grown completely distrustful of people. She doesn't like people. She says that people are always just going to turn their backs on you. So I don't need any friends because because they're just going to leave anyway. Why should I bother meeting them in the first place? And then she gets to high school, and through a wacky scenario, she kind of drop kicks one of the most popular guys in school. And he pretty much likes her. He starts crushing on her. Eventually they get together, and the show is basically about them being both new to romance and new to love and everything. And it's really good in the way that it handles it. It's not like the typical slice of life where it is definitely a slice of life, but it's not like where there's a slice of life show going on and then these crazy things are happening that would never happen in real life. Everything that happens in this show is something that you either have dealt with, you are going to deal with, or you've seen happen to somebody. It's all real, and that's one thing that I found very interesting about this show. It doesn't ever have a quote-unquote antagonist of sorts, but because the main focus and center of attention of the show is on these two and their relationship, at least for her, first ever relationship. For him, not sure, but he's clearly never been in love before this. So that's all I know about that. He is the popular guy. She's starting to make new friends because now she's going out with the most popular guy in school. So she's making friends and whatnot. She's realizing that, hey, not everyone is a backstabbing son of a bitch. I can see how she thought that. But anyway, it focuses on their relationship. And more than once, at least twice throughout these episodes, they've come across a character who either liked liked one of the two people, or just wanted to mess with them. And instead of portraying this as, oh, they're the evil people, they did it in a pretty realistic fashion. There's one girl that appears. She wants to start dating the guy who's in this relationship. He doesn't want to because he's dating the other girl and he's not a douchebag. So this girl gets kind of like possessive-ish. Like, she gets determined to break these two up so that she can go out with the guy in any way possible. She starts spreading rumors. She helps enforce any rumors that are being spread. She does all this stuff. She tries to keep the two apart by making sure the guy's busy and whatnot. And it's all handled very maturely and realistically, as maturely as an immature person can get. Because she's not like targeted, oh, this lady is evil and she needs to die, as most romances would peg that kind of person. She's pointed out as a real person who wants something, can't get it, and so she's trying to get it. Does that make her an antagonist? Yes, that makes her an antagonist to the relationship, but not like evil villain. And it does go about a change eventually. I'm not going to say what change it is, but it does go about a change. Other than that, the main focus of the show is just on these two, and I don't think I would have been near as interested in the show if it hadn't kept this realistic about things. Because if it had just been about them, and just like every other romantic slice of life show that I've watched, I probably would have stopped watching early on. It was the fact that I can literally see all this stuff happening in real life that kept me entertained and interested. And that's really rare for me, because I'm usually more into super imaginative things, like things out of this world and whatnot that can never possibly happen. But this show intrigued me, and I highly recommend it for anybody. If you know someone who likes anime, or no, if you know someone that likes romance, but is not really into anime, and you're trying to kind of introduce them to it, this would actually be a very good show to start them off with. It's got a lot of laughs. It's got a lot of human emotion, very, very expertly portrayed. It's got interesting characters, for the most part. Funny side characters, not like comic relief in any way, shape, or form. These characters actually do play major roles in the relationship that's going on with the two people. And it's just a really nice show. It's a show that you can watch and just be happy with. I don't remember any episode ending in a way that made me depressed. Like when I was watching Spice and Wolf the first time and I made it to a point that led to like a 5-episode long depression. I could not sleep that night until I had gotten to a happy moment. This show didn't really have any of those. Each part you ended with you like thinking, okay, this thing is settled, so now let's see what they're going to do next. And it's really interesting to see them. The girl, she's opening up more. She keeps opening up, and the guy, he knows how she is, so he's like, all right, we can take this slowly, start the relationship off, and just work it slowly and slowly, work it up. And it's really nice. I like that. It's not like, boom, met you, let's go bang. It's, you want to take this slowly, so I'll can't think of the word right now. I'll honor your wishes, and we can take this slowly. And it happens. The last episode was weird, and it's why I'm confused as to whether or not they're going to end the series on episode 13 or not. Because the issues brought up throughout the series, the like the girl I told you about, all those issues are resolved by episode 12. And so I was like, what's 13 gonna be? 13 was so genius. It knew all the problems were resolved, and it knew that it was near the end of the series. It's not going to bring up new problems, because if they don't get a second season or anything, those problems won't get answered. Instead, it was just like, we know we finished all the problems and whatnot. Let's just show you a day in the life of these two dating. And it was great. It's like everything in this particular situation was against them. and it's all misunderstandings on top of misunderstandings on top of misunderstandings, and it's handled so well that even though it's got a lot of serious moments in the final episode, I was laughing a lot through it because I'm just like, the world hates these two people, I guess, if this is all happening to them right now. So yeah, that's my review of this. Honestly, go check it out if you like anime or if you like romance, either or both if you like it. It's really good. The art can be a little weird. The characters look a little extra tall and thin at sometimes, but other than that, the animation's well. It goes goofy during some of the funnier moments, and the eyes, which are my favorite part of an anime character's face, the eyes are beautiful in this show, and that allows so much emotion to be shown on their face. So yeah, Say I Love You. Good anime. I recommend it.